Hey guys, we wanted to take a look at a new map. We were looking at new maps. We didn't know really which one to go with, and when I seen this map, it kind of reminded me of back when I used to play Counter-Strike 1.6, and I actually went into the KZ jump maps. We seen that this was sort of like a platform, using ladders and just moving around, just jumping from block to block. We felt that this would be a good one, so we decided to do it. We actually forgot to enable our audio recording devices to actually record this at the same time while we were playing it. That's why I had to do a voiceover. But yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was going to be, a pretty good map. It seemed like it was going to take some time. As you can see down there, there's actually a lot of blocks to jump, and it was kind of odd that we start at the top. Normally these kind of maps, they start at the bottom. You got to work your way all the way up to the top. The only other thing that I was really thinking about when going into this map is in Counter-Strike, they had like different mods enabled on the server. So what you could do is you could save and make checkpoints once you got so far. And if you fell, then you could go back to that checkpoint. And the biggest thing was who could get to the top in the least amount of checkpoints. That's pretty much how it went over on the Counter-Strike servers. So we decided that we were just going to follow the path and work our way to wherever it went, because it was hard to follow these blocks just because there were so many of them. And we really didn't know how far we were going to go, and obviously you see we fell all the way down, and luckily there's water there, so we really didn't know exactly what to do from there. And he fell previous to me falling, and we decided that we were just going to go to the middle. And then once you get to the middle up here, you'll actually see that there's a couple different ways to go. We didn't really know if going a different way enabled something different, and we just decided that we're just going to go down one way together and see what happens. Maybe there's something there that both of us need to like pressure plates or something that both of us need to be there for. And if it was just one of us getting there, we could make fun of the other one for falling or whatever it may be. Obviously, you just fell there. You should have. I wish we could have recorded a vent because it was pretty hilarious. One big thing that I noticed that's different, that's harder with Minecraft compared to when I used to play jump maps in Counter-Strike, is that if you hold spacebar down, you continuously jump. So if you don't let go of spacebar before you land, you're going to jump again. And that's something that I was talking to him right there, and that's why I held it down. I was jumping on that block. Other than that, it's pretty cool. I also noticed that it doesn't really matter how you jump. You still jump the same distance or keep up the same momentum or speed. In Counter-Strike, there was different ways you could jump, strafe jumping and whatnot, or you could have a scout in your hand. It would actually make you jump further. With this, it doesn't seem like you have that ability to jump further, and it was perfectly fine. The biggest thing that I was thinking in my head, and Nano really didn't play any jump maps prior to this, but the biggest thing I was thinking was, we're gonna get like halfway through this, and one of us is gonna fall and have to start from scratch. So if we're already having problems on the first 20 blocks in, I can't imagine when we get like 100 blocks, 200 blocks up. But we decided that we're gonna go different ways, and we're just going to see, what each way, actually leads to. And, I don't know. Overall, I thought that this map was going to be pretty good. And it was different from, a lot of the other maps, survival or whatever it may be. It was kind of bringing me back to the old feelings of, Counter-Strike. I would sit in jump map servers for a good, I don't know, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4. And it was pretty much whoever got to the top of the map would hit a button, and there was a timer up there. And if you hit the timer, then the timer would stop at the top. And then there was also some servers that had like statistics of who finished the map the fastest. And you obviously try doing it the fastest with the least amount of checkpoints as possible. It would be pretty sweet if there was other maps or a mod or something. I mean, if you guys know of a mod that saves your checkpoints, that'd be awesome, where we could just make a quick bind or something like that to save a checkpoint instead of you having to continuously use coordinates, because that would take a while. I don't know if there's actually a faster way of doing that. I've never really, this is our first jump map, platform map that we started with. So I pretty much don't know anything about that sort of thing. But yeah, so we finally get a little bit further. I ended up getting to the actual area that you see the sand up there, and he gets over to the area that looks like or ice. And there are ice blocks, and you obviously slide across them, so you have to do a jump before you fall off the edge. And then when I jumped on the sand, it obviously did what any other sand would do, and it fell. I wasn't too sure if you're supposed to jump really fast before that piece of sand falls. Sadly, all the sand fell, and I wasn't actually able to make it over to the other side, and I had to pick a different path. Then we got pretty far into this map, as you can see here, and we really didn't know what exactly this was leading to. I mean, we looked a little bit, and it really didn't seem like it was going anywhere but where we spawned. So we really didn't feel like we were achieving anything because we were already there. In the KZ jump maps on, going back to Counter-Strike 1.6, like there would be like different rooms, and one room didn't have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blocks like this room does. Each room was kind of like a stage. It would have like say 100 jumps, and then after the 100 jumps, like see right here, I'm jumping on the sand and didn't think anything of it. Step on that pressure pad, and everything disappears, and I end up with one pressure pad. Later I get up there and I find out that I really needed that sand to go any further throughout that path. I also find out that I need to go take a different path because of that. But yeah, I'm not too sure what I was saying before. The different rooms. So there would be like different rooms, and pretty much what you would do is, you would jump through one room, and let's say the room was themed with like lava or something like that, or whatever it may be. And then the next room will be like a forest room, and the next room will just look like a forest, and then you're jumping on trees instead of over lava. And then there'd be another room, with something else. You'd be jumping across, the top of skyscrapers or something. I don't know. There were so many different maps I played at the time. But, it was okay because you could jump, let's say you could do like 100 jumps, and then you'd be in another room. Well, then when you were in this other room, there'd be, a starting side, and then there'd be water or whatever it may be at the bottom, and then there was only another 100 jumps. That's the biggest thing I think that, this could switch up a little bit is, if there was multiple rooms where if you fell, it wasn't that bad, it wouldn't take you another 2 hours to get back to where you were before. But yeah, so then, I was thinking, as you can see here, I was thinking, well, maybe I can hold down the space bar and like bunny hop from block to block. And, at first it kind of worked, as you can see here, but then, there'd be different spots where the bunny hop would just take me a little too far. I mean, yeah, I could, swing my mouse around and, get all technical with it and whatnot. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll take a different one, and it just didn't work out so well. I was kind of confused, we were trying a couple different things, he was trying a couple different things, because we were thinking like, alright, if we get to this ice, we're going to have to, jump pretty fast, because if we don't, we're just going to end up sliding off all the blocks. So we really couldn't figure out what to do and, how far to go, and the whole time on vent, I'm saying, oh, this is going to kind of suck, because, we're going to fall, 500 jumps up, and then we're going to have to start all over again. So we're going to have to find an easy way up. That's why we kept trying all these different ways in which that we would be able to get up there. It didn't really seem anything. I was starting to get tired of the map. He just kept complaining that he couldn't get across the ice. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to give it a try. And I was like, if I fall again, even though, I'm going slow, if I fall again because of something stupid, I'm not going to do this anymore. Because there was a couple blocks that you'll see up a little further, a couple blocks where, you would jump, 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 and you would get to a block that was too high to jump over. Like, it was just too high. And it didn't make any sense to me at all. Like, how am I supposed to finish this? And then that's when I was kind of like, all right, I give up on this map, and I just pulled out the blocks, and I just started building blocks around to get up this, and I just made my little set of bricks to get above it. I think it's up this path. I'm not too sure. Once I get up there, we'll see, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Like, I really like these maps. You're always on the edge of your seat, and you're always like saying, "Oh, huh," and it's really funny. You're like, "Oh, come on, get up there, yeah, get." It's hilarious. You just have to play these maps to see what I'm talking about. And here's one of these blocks. Like, how do you jump up that? There's no way to jump up that. It's just too high for this game. Like, you can't do any kind of like trick jump to get up there. There's no like legit crouch. You can sort of, but not really. So there's no like real way to get up those blocks. I mean, I don't know about it. I'm not any type of professional. I'm not that great at platforming in Minecraft. I've never really done it before. Like I was saying, this is our first map. The only other game that I really played is Counter-Strike, and I played it a lot. The KZ jump maps. This map actually makes me want to see if I can find any of those servers and get out the old binds to, I think it was like save check and go check for the different binds to save a checkpoint and then go to another checkpoint. Oh man, I remember the old times where you'd be jumping so much that you would get the two buttons confused of which one was like go check and which one was save check. I would save a checkpoint up real high, and then I would fall, and I would get back up there, and then I'd fall again, and then I would hit the wrong button. I'd save the checkpoint on the floor, and then I could never go back to the checkpoint because I saved on the floor, and I'd get really mad and frustrated and rage and everything else. I don't know, the good old times of playing that when there was nothing really to do, and I was just completely bored. But then here I noticed that, I could go straight where the sand was, but then there's like, it doesn't seem like there's any way, over there. Or I could go up this other path that I didn't see before. And I just didn't know which way went which way, and I was trying to figure out which way would lead to something, either a button or a switch or another pressure pad or something. Just really couldn't find anything, and I was saying to him, like, I don't know what you're thinking about this map, but it doesn't really seem like something that would, I don't know, be that interesting for me to go on and actually accomplish, because I'll be at this for hours on end. And it honestly just seems like it goes straight up to, where I was, and there's no, like, hidden rooms or little holes in the wall that I would, that one of these paths would lead up to. It honestly seems like they all lead up to the same thing, because the paths just keep breaking off, different ways. And then I was saying, well, maybe, only one of these paths actually make it up. Maybe one of these paths is the only path that,